I'm Ivy Thoughts.
I'm Juno Styles, and this is Well Endowed.
And so today we have a letter from a friend. And it reads, I don't have it in my hand, but it reads, Dear Ivy Thoughts and Juno Styles, I have a friend who has been doing some crazy things and I don't understand why. It's hard for me to see why he doesn't realize that he's being used. What methods or what steps should I take to get him to realize that it's not love, it's just convenience? Sincerely, a friend. And so, Juno reworded the question. And how does it go now?
No, we're going to do this question. This is fine.
So how do you get someone to realize that they're being used? Because a lot of people, when they're in a relationship, they blame stuff on other people instead of taking fault for your action. Because, I mean, it's just, I don't even know what to say. Juno, take over.
All right. So, to answer the question, how do you get someone to realize that they're being used? The answer is you don't. Because, like the old saying goes, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So, until this person realizes that the relationship they're in is a bad relationship, there's nothing you can do about it. Just like women who are being beat by their husband, or anyone that's being beat by the person they're with. You know, you can tell them all day, every day that you need to leave him, he's wrong for you, blah, 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 you deserve better. But until that person actually believes that they deserve better, they're not going to go anywhere. Or even if they do go somewhere, they're just going to go back to it. Because there's something in them that believes that that's what they deserve. So, you can't get someone to realize that they're being used.
And I don't have Down syndrome or anything. I'm just holding my head down because the light glare shines off my glasses, and you can't see my face. So I'm holding it down. I'm cool though. And so with me, it's because and I think it's because we care. That's why we ask that question. We care for that individual, and we see what they're doing because we're on the outside looking in. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you have to push them outside of the box. And so, like, showing them reality by not showing them reality will kind of help them out.
Can you explain?
And I guess you would, if you knew that they're being used and you saw exactly how they were being used, do something creative, like find a movie that shows the same situation so that they'll see it. And eventually they'll speak the words to that person, encouraging them, and they'll hear it in themselves. Subconsciously, it can work. Anything can work. When he answered the question and said there's nothing that you can do, that's a possibility of something. Hopefully something will sink in and they'll be like, oh, they may not realize it right then. You know how the pastor used to tell you at church, you might not get this right now, but you might get it later on. That's what might happen to them.
Okay. But the truth is, everyone is being used in a relationship.
Oh.
Yes.
So are you using me or am I using you?
We're using each other.
Oh.
So, and not just relationships, but any kind of relationship, as in friendships, coworkers, everything.
So is this a good use or a bad use?
Well, there's both. Now,
so do you use me good?
This ain't about me and you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, some relationships, there's a good use. Like with us. We are, how do I say it? Lifting each other to the next step in life and to the next level. And that's a good use. There's also a bad use where you have one person in the relationship that's working and taking care of the other person that's not doing anything. They're not contributing or bringing anything
Video
to
games,
the relationship.
snacks. That's all they do.
And weed most of the time.
And that ain't good. That's the
And
bad
so
use.
that's the bad use. And so you have to realize in your relationship, is there a good use being going on or a bad use being going on? And so if the bad use is being going on, then it's time to get out.
And I think that's some good advice.
Is that the end of the video?
So we hope you've been well endowed.
Wait a minute. No. Send in your questions and comments
Oh, that
to
too.
wellendowed716 at gmail.com.
It's gonna be blinking right up there, right there.
It's really not. Also, share our videos on your Facebook and your Twitter and
Follow us on
your
Twitter.
Tumblr, your BGC.
And shout out to Fahari Arts Institute. We love you guys. Mookie,
Aww.
keep it up.
Love you, Harold and Ashley.
And Ashley, we love your video.
Oh,
Booty
yes.
shots.
I loved it. It
Yes.
was hilarious.
I wish you would have took the other half of your booty off though, but it's okay. It was still cute at the end.
I'll put a link. For the people who haven't seen Ashley's video, I'll put a link to her video in the description.
All right.
So that is the end of this video. And so
Shout out to
once
Noel. I have your ear jewelry on next time. I mean your lock jewelry.
Eargasm.
Yes.
Once again, I'm Juno Styles.
And I'm Ivy Thoughts.
And you have just been well endowed.
Bye bye.